The slap echoed through the marble lobby like a gunshot. For half a second, the entire hotel froze. Crystal chandeliers shimmered above. Guests mid-conversation turned. A bellman dropped his luggage cart. Somewhere near the bar, a glass shattered. The woman didn't scream. She didn't stagger. She didn't even raise her hand to her cheek. She just stood there, still, composed, eyes locked on the man who had just struck her. The manager, tall, confident, smiling like he'd just proven a point. "You don't get to speak to me like that," he said coldly. "Now get out of my hotel." A red mark bloomed on her dark skin. Slowly, the woman inhaled once. Deep, controlled. Then she spoke. "You just made the biggest mistake of your life." The manager laughed. Not nervous laughter. Not uncertain. Real laughter. The kind that comes from a man who believes the room, the uniforms, the security, and the rules are all on his side. "Security," he called out loudly, waving a dismissive hand. "Escort this woman off the property. And if she resists..." He leaned closer, lowering his voice. "Make it rough." Two security guards stepped forward. Big men. Broad shoulders. Matching black suits. The guests watched now. Phones subtly raised. Whispers rippled through the lobby. "Is she crazy? Why would she talk back? She must be drunk. People like her always try something." The woman finally touched her cheek. Not gently. Not dramatically. Just enough to feel it. Then she reached into her purse. The manager smirked. "Oh, what now? A sob story? A fake lawyer card?" She pulled out her phone, unlocked it, and dialed one number. "Put it on speaker," the manager sneered. "Let everyone hear your lies." She did. The phone rang once, twice. Then a voice came through, sharp, alert, respectful. "Yes, Miss Carter." The lobby went quiet. The woman spoke calmly. "I'm at the Crown Meridian Hotel. Downtown location." A pause. "I need the executive response team here immediately. And legal." The manager rolled his eyes. "Oh, this is good." She continued, voice steady. "I was assaulted by your on-site manager. I want all CCTV footage preserved. No deletions. No edits." The voice on the phone changed instantly. "Yes, ma'am. We're mobilizing now." The manager's smile twitched. "Cute," he said. "You think saying fancy words makes this real?" He turned to the guards. "Take her out. Now." The guards hesitated. Not because they doubted him, but because something about the way she stood, unmoving, unafraid, didn't match the usual script. "Do it," the manager snapped. One guard reached for her arm. She looked at him. Just looked. "Touch me," she said quietly, "and you'll be named personally in the lawsuit." He paused. The manager stepped forward again, face inches from hers. "You don't own this place," he whispered. "People like you never do." The words hung in the air. That's when the elevator doors behind them opened, and everything began to change. Before we go further, if you're enjoying powerful stories like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment where you're watching from. It really helps the channel grow and tells YouTube to show this story to more people who need to see it. The elevator doors slid fully open. 3 men stepped out. Expensive suits. No name badges. No hotel uniforms. One of them looked around the lobby once, then straight at the woman, and nodded. "Ms. Carter," he said. "We're here." The manager frowned. "Who the hell are you?" The man didn't answer him. Instead, he turned to the guards. "Stand down." The guards looked at the manager, then back at the man, then slowly stepped away. The manager's smile vanished. "Hey, HEY," he barked. "You don't take orders from him. This is my property." The man finally looked at the manager. "No," he said evenly. "It's hers." Silence. The woman slipped her phone back into her purse. And for the first time since she'd entered the hotel, she smiled. Not wide, not happy, but knowing. The manager laughed again. Short, sharp, uncomfortable. "That's enough," he said. "You people love playing dress up. Security, remove all of them." No one moved. The lobby had gone eerily quiet now. Even the background music seemed too loud. The man in the suit turned slightly, angling his body toward the woman, not blocking her, not shielding her, but positioning himself like someone who understood exactly where authority stood. "Mr. Halvorsen," he said calmly, "I strongly advise you to stop speaking." The manager's face reddened. "You know my name now? Congratulations. Still doesn't change the fact that I run this hotel." The woman finally spoke again. "Did you review the complaints file I forwarded last month?" The manager blinked. "What?" "I'll repeat it," she said. Did you review the complaints file I forwarded last month about staff conduct at this location? The manager scoffed. I don't know what game you're playing, but the man in the suit cut in. He didn't, he said flatly. Another suited woman stepped forward, tablet in hand. We have confirmation, she said. 37 formal complaints. 11 anonymous. 7 escalated. All marked, resolved by management. None were. Murmurs rippled through the guests. A woman near the bar whispered, 37. The manager's voice rose. That's confidential information. You can't just. Actually, the suited woman said, tapping her screen, we can. This is a corporate compliance audit. The manager pointed at the woman. She doesn't belong here. She's trespassing. The woman tilted her head slightly. Read the name on your paycheck. The manager froze. I what? Your paycheck, she repeated calmly. Read the signature line. His mouth opened. Closed. One of the front desk clerks shifted uncomfortably. Another staff member avoided eye contact. You think I don't know how this works? The woman continued. You assumed I wouldn't show up in person. You assumed I'd stay behind lawyers and emails. She stepped forward now. Not aggressively. Deliberately. I came because I wanted to see who you are when you think no one important is watching. The manager's voice cracked, just slightly. This is insane. That slap, she said, touching her cheek again, wasn't your first abuse of power. It was just the first one you did on camera. She looked to the suited man. Pull it up. He nodded. The large digital display behind the front desk flickered. CCTV footage appeared. Multiple angles. The lobby. The desk. The moment. The slap. A collective gasp filled the room. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." The manager turned pale. This is edited. The suited woman shook her head. Timestamped. Verified. Backed up offsite. The woman's voice remained even. Pause it. The image froze on the exact moment his hand struck her face. She turned to the staff. Who saw this? No one answered. I'll ask again, she said. Who saw this and said nothing? Silence. Then one housekeeper slowly raised her hand. Tears streamed down her face. He does this all the time, she whispered. Not slapping, but worse. Yelling, touching, threatening. The manager exploded. Shut up. The suited man stepped in instantly. That's enough. The woman nodded. Escort him 5 feet back. The guards obeyed immediately this time. The manager struggled. You can't do this. I have rights. You had responsibilities, the woman replied. You failed them. She looked around the lobby, at the staff, the guests, the phones recording everything. This hotel doesn't belong to cruelty, she said. It belongs to service. She turned to the suited woman. Prepare termination notices. The manager laughed hysterically. You can't fire everyone. The woman met his eyes. Watch me. The suited woman didn't hesitate. She tapped her tablet once. Then again. Termination notices are ready, she said, pending final authorization. The manager's laughter died instantly. You're bluffing. The woman shook her head slowly. I don't bluff. She turned to the staff, front desk clerks, servers, guards, supervisors. Anyone who directly participated in harassment, intimidation, or retaliation, she said, is terminated effective immediately. A sharp inhale rippled through the room. And anyone who witnessed abuse and actively protected it, she continued, will be reviewed. The manager stepped forward again, desperation leaking into his voice. You can't punish everyone because of one mistake. She looked at him. One mistake is spilling a drink, she said. This was a system. She gestured to the screen. The footage changed. More clips. Different days. Different victims. A server being screamed at inches from her face. A guest being mocked at the desk. A security guard laughing while a man was thrown out. A young black couple denied a room despite availability. The manager collapsed into a chair. Guests whispered loudly now. This place is sick. We stayed here last year. I can't believe this. The woman walked toward him slowly. You trained them to be like you, she said. You rewarded silence. You promoted fear. She stopped in front of him. So yes, she said quietly. I can fire everyone. He looked up, eyes wild. You don't even know what this hotel costs to run. She smiled. I built it. That did it. The room erupted. What did she say? She built it. No way. The manager stood abruptly. This is a lie. She's impersonating an executive. The suited man cleared his throat. Ms. Carter, he said, turning to the lobby. is the founder, majority shareholder, and chief executive officer of Crown Meridian International. Silence crashed down like a weight. The manager staggered backward. No, no, I would have known. You were told, the woman replied. You ignored it. She turned to the guards. Escort him to the back office. He's relieved of duty. The guards didn't touch him roughly. They didn't need to. He walked like a man already fallen. She turned back to the staff. Those terminated will receive final pay and benefits information by email tonight, she said. Those remaining will attend mandatory retraining. Failure to show up equals resignation. A few staff members broke down crying. One knelt. I'm sorry, she sobbed. We were scared. The woman softened, just slightly. Fear explains silence, she said. It doesn't excuse it. She turned to the guests. Tonight's stays are comped, she announced. Anyone who wishes to leave will be fully refunded. A round of applause broke out. Not celebratory. Respectful. Heavy. As the manager was dragged away, he shouted one last thing. She doesn't care about you. She just wants power. The woman didn't look back. I already have power, she said. I just don't abuse it. The back office door closed behind the former manager with a hollow thud. The lobby felt different now. Lighter. Like a storm had passed, leaving silence in its wake. Ms. Carter turned to the suited man. Lock down his access. Company email, payroll, benefits. Effective immediately. Already done, he replied. She nodded once. Then she addressed the remaining staff again. Tonight was never about embarrassment, she said. It was about truth. She gestured to the CCTV screen, now dark. Every company has policies. What matters is whether they're lived or weaponized. One of the security guards swallowed hard. Ma'am, are we safe? She looked at him carefully. Did you laugh? She asked. No. Did you touch me? No. Did you protect him? He hesitated. I stepped back. Then you'll be reviewed, she said. Fairly. Relief washed over his face. She turned toward the entrance, just as flashing lights reflected through the glass. Police. 2 officers entered, guided by the suited woman. We've been briefed, one said. Assault, misconduct, unlawful detention. Ms. Carter nodded. The footage has been transferred. I'll cooperate fully. The officers glanced around, clearly recognizing the shift in power. We'll take him into custody. As they passed through the lobby with the former manager in handcuffs, guests recorded openly now. He didn't look angry anymore. He looked small. A woman in the crowd whispered, he did that to himself. Ms. Carter waited until they were gone. Then she exhaled. Not relief. Resolve. She turned to the front desk. Tomorrow morning, this location will be closed for 72 hours, she said. Independent auditors will interview every employee. No retaliation. No interference. A supervisor nodded. Yes, ma'am. She paused, then added, anyone who feels unsafe returning to work will be paid for the downtime. A quiet murmur of gratitude spread. She picked up her coat. Before leaving, she looked back at the lobby one last time. The chandeliers, the marble, the people who once believed power lived in uniforms. It's easy to be cruel when you think no one is watching, she said. But power always answers to someone. She walked toward the doors. A guest called out, thank you. She stopped, turned slightly. Hold people accountable, she replied. That's thanks enough. The doors closed behind her. Outside, the city hummed on, unaware of what had just shifted inside those walls. By morning, the story would be everywhere. But for now, justice had already checked out. If you stayed glued to this point, kindly like, subscribe, and share. Till another time, thanks for watching.